Hi everyone, it's Verónica Moreno here, coach and therapist. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 common mistakes in relationships and what we can do instead. We're social beings, right? So we naturally tend to establish relationships, not only romantic relationships, but relationships with our family members, with friends, with our colleagues. It's part of our human nature. And sometimes they can get a bit tricky, and we think that they're very complicated because there might be misunderstandings or conflicts, but they actually are not that difficult. It's just that sometimes we make mistakes that make them a bit complicated. So I'm going to talk about 4 common mistakes that I've identified from my personal experience and my experience from my coaching and my coaching practice and my practice as a therapist as well. So I'm gonna talk about these 4 mistakes and what we can do instead, and hopefully avoiding these mistakes will make your relationships much easier. So what's the first one? The first one is not asking openly and sincerely what you need. So we don't really tend to play games, and I'm sure you've been sad or annoyed at your partner or upset, or you've had a bad day at work, and they keep asking you, what's wrong with you, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, I'm okay, yeah, fine. But within yourself, like, you need something. So this is a very big mistake that can cause so many misunderstandings, because we think that a partner is a psychic. I mean, if they're a psychic, then great, you're very lucky, but this is normally not the case. They can't guess what's going on in our heads. They can't guess what we need if we don't tell them. If I don't tell my partner that I need a hug, that I need to talk, that I need to be on my own, that I need to be whatever I need, how is he gonna guess? There's no way. So we expect the other person to guess what we need, and if they don't give it to us, we get annoyed and we get very, very frustrated. But actually, if we asked openly for what we need in the first place, it would make things much easier. So the solution to this is very, very easy. Be clear, get clear on what you need, and ask for it. There's nothing wrong with it. We tend to think that if we ask for something, we're being needy or selfish or something like that, and this is not the case. This is actually healthy to say, this is what I need. It doesn't mean that they have to give it to you, but you need to ask for it at least and give them a chance to see what they can do. So for example, if I get home and I've had a terrible day, maybe I want to talk to my partner, maybe I want to talk about it and let it out. Maybe I just want to be on my own. Maybe I just want to go for a run and say, don't talk to me, I just want to be on my own. Whatever it is that I need, just tell them. Just tell them. Maybe you want to talk and they're busy. That's a different story. Maybe it doesn't mean that they have to give you what you need, but that's gonna make things more transparent and much easier. And I'm sure they're gonna appreciate, the other person is gonna appreciate you being honest and openly asking about something. And most of the time you will see that if you say, I've had a terrible day, can you give me a hug? They say, yeah, sure. But if they don't know that you need a hug, you can't expect them to guess that what you need is a hug and get annoyed if they don't give it to you. So think about what you need and openly talk about it. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not needy. It's not selfish. Just try to be as open, as sincere as you can, and that's going to avoid so many misunderstandings. The second main mistake is interact with your partner if it's a romantic relationship, but again, this applies to colleagues, relatives, friends. Interact with someone else when your emotions are in control. And we've all been there, I'm sure. You have a terrible day at the office, you're frustrated, you're upset, it's been a tough day commuting in public transport, and you get home And this has been building up, and it's kind of cooking in there, and you've either ignored your emotions or repressed them. And then you get home and find that your partner hasn't done the washing up, I don't know, and all the dishes are in the sink dirty, and you suddenly want to kill him or her and want to say, oh my god, you always do the same thing, can't deal with you anymore, I've told you 1,000 times, you always do the same thing. And there are many ways to say it's not nice to come back home with that pile of dishes in the sink. That's a good way to say it. It's very different from that being a trigger to let all your emotions out, everything that has been building up during the day. So if you know that you are stressed, frustrated, angry, sad, upset, if you've had a bad day, or if you're in a bad emotional state, calm down first, express them in a healthy way. I have another video on explaining everything about emotions and how to express them in a healthy way. And again, this is going to avoid so many unnecessary arguments. How many arguments do we have because we are angry, upset, frustrated because of something else, and when we get home, whoever is there, our boyfriend, our mom, our flatmate, whatever, pays the consequences, and we let everything out and we have a go at them, when actually what we're doing is releasing everything that has been building up during the whole day. And that's really unfair, and it causes very unnecessary arguments. And even if you're having an argument with that person, if you feel that you're getting angry, that you're getting very upset, maybe it's better to stop the conversation there. Again, take some time, calm down, express your emotions in a healthy way, and then come back to the conversation, because otherwise you might say things you might regret, and it can cause a lot of unnecessary conflicts. So, I mean, things are already complicated as they are, so let's try to avoid unnecessary conflicts and arguments. Another common mistake, and another very important one, is to blame our partner or someone else from our own unresolved issues. So I have another video about limiting beliefs and how we develop our belief system and limiting beliefs. And I was giving the example of how maybe if when I was 13, 14 years old, my sweetheart boyfriend cheated on me with my best friend, and to protect myself and to make sure that I'm not gonna go through that painful experience again, I kind of installed some programs which sound like all men are gonna cheat on me, you can't trust anyone, etc, etc. So what happens that if I'm dating someone and I'm projecting my own unresolved issues, in this case, imagine that because that happened to me when I was 14, maybe my boyfriend is the most lovely, loyal person on earth, but because I didn't heal that wound, I'm going to be projecting all my fears and that past experience onto him, and maybe I'm going to be very jealous, maybe I'm going to be, I don't know, going crazy if he talks to another girl, I'm going to be worrying if he goes out with his friends, because I'm going to be thinking, I'm sure he's doing something wrong, I'm sure he's talking to another girl, I'm sure he's cheating on me. Maybe he's just an angel, you know, and he's so nice and he would never break my heart. So this is just an example, but there are so many issues or experiences we carry in our baggage that stop us from enjoying healthy, nurturing, loving relationships, and to really trust the other person and rely on the other person and really open ourselves to someone else. And this is really a shame, because while I understand that this happens and it happens to all of us, that we do that to protect ourselves from being hurt, from not suffering, we're also missing such a beautiful part of relationships. So what to do here, or how to avoid this mistake? Start a self-discovery journey, work on your past experiences, work on your issues, because the cleaner and healthier you are as an individual, and same applies to your partner or to your friends or whatever, the healthier you are as an individual, the healthier your relationship is gonna be. But if I'm carrying all these issues and he or her is carrying all these issues and we meet here, I mean, that's really like a bomb, is something that is about to explode, right? Because we're carrying all these past experiences. So it's very important to do that personal inner work and understand what we need to let go of so we can fully enjoy this beautiful relationship. So one of the questions to ask yourself is, what do I need to let go of to fully enjoy my relationship with X, Y, Z, my mom, my boyfriend, my friend, whoever? What past experiences have I been through that might be stopping me from opening myself to enjoying this relationship, to trust fully, and spend some time thinking about it and getting some clarity. And I think that's everyone should do this inner work to, not only to have a better relationship, that of course is a great outcome, but just to be more fulfilled and happier within yourself. So there are lots of resources out there, many coaches, therapists, even free resources, books out there that you can start with. And again, this is going to avoid so many unnecessary arguments and conflicts. And the last mistake I'm going to talk about today is not appreciating what your partner gives you, the positive things, those small details, the little things that are really important and that most of the time we take for granted, and we stop at some point, we stop appreciating them. It's like we don't value them anymore. And the thing is that if you're always complaining about your partner and you think there's so many negative things, you're either not appreciating the good things, or maybe you're in the wrong relationship. Because if you can't find anything positive, anything to be grateful for, then yeah, maybe it's time to think, well, is this the right person for me? So one thing that adds great quality to a relationship is to truly appreciate what the other person is doing for us and say thank you. Gratitude is one of the best feelings. It's an elevated emotion, and it's always gonna make us feel so good, and it's gonna attract more positive things. When you're grateful, you receive more, you attract more positive things. And you can see that people who are always complaining, they always have something else to complain about. But people who are grateful, they always find a reason to be grateful for, to smile, to be happy about. And that pays off, because that's what they receive. So something simple that you can start doing this week is, you can even share it with your partner, or just doing it on your own, is every day find 1, 2, 3, 10 things you're grateful for in the relationship. And that's going to help you appreciate what they're doing, and connect at a more intimate level, and create that beautiful connection of loving, sharing. So it's going to help you appreciate that more, and enjoy that relationship more at the end of the day. Or if you can't find anything you're grateful for, maybe it's time to question, well, is this the right person for me, or what's going on here? Maybe we have to work on something else. So yeah, add it to your daily routine. If you have to start making it a habit, like setting a reminder or an alarm or something like that, so you remember every day to say thank you to that person. Thank you for that lovely message you sent me. Thank you for, I don't know, for washing the dishes. Thank you. I'm so grateful that I can give you a goodnight kiss every night. I don't know, small details, you know, but doing on a consistent basis, so it's something that is part of the relationship, because we tend to focus on the negative and you've done this to me and this is not right, and we forget about all the beautiful things that we have and that the other person does for us. So I hope those 4 mistakes and what to do instead were useful. If you start putting them in practice, let me know how it goes. And if you have any questions, of course, share them in the comments. Always happy to help. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.